and welcome to today's special coverage. The ongoing hostilities between Israel and Hezbollah have reached a critical point, with Israel launching an explosive air campaign against southern Lebanon, and Hezbollah responding with a barrage of over 300 rockets aimed at Israel's military installations. The United Nations has issued a stern warning, urging both sides to step aside from the brink of further escalation. But how did we get here? What historical context is fueling this renewed violence, and what are the implications for the broader region? Let's start by looking at the immediate trigger for these latest developments. Israel's recent preemptive airstrikes were described as a response to intelligence suggesting that Hezbollah was preparing for large-scale attacks. This followed the killing of Fuad Shukur, the senior Hezbollah commander, last month, a killing widely attributed to Israeli forces. This begs the question: was Israel's decision to act now based on a real and imminent threat? Or is there a broader strategic objective at play? Historically, the relationship between Israel and Hezbollah has been marked by periods of intense conflict, punctuated by uneasy truces. The 2006 Lebanon War, which lasted 34 days, is a prime example of how quickly limited engagements can spiral into full-scale warfare. Are we on the cusp of such another conflict? And what role is Hezbollah's alignment with Iran playing in this volatile mix? The response from Hezbollah launching more than 320 rockets in retaliation signals that they're not willing to back down. Their ability to strike deep into Israeli territory suggests that they have been preparing for such a confrontation for some time. This raises the issue of whether the international community has underestimated Hezbollah's capabilities and resolve. The United Nations has called for an immediate cessation of hostilities, but will their calls be heeded? The UN and the United Nations interim force in Lebanon have long been involved in trying to maintain peace along the Israel-Lebanon border. However, with tensions at an all-time high, is it realistic to expect that diplomatic interventions can prevent further escalation? It's also important to consider the broader regional implications. The assassination of key figures like Hamas leader Israel Haniyeh and Fuad Shukur points to a pattern of targeted killings that are escalating tensions across multiple fronts. With the United States reaffirming its support for Israel's right to defend itself, how might this conflict impact the ongoing peace negotiations in Gaza, which Egypt is currently facilitating? Moreover, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has made it clear that Israel will take any measures necessary to protect its citizens. His statement, "Whoever harms us, we harm him," reflects a zero-tolerance policy that could prolong the conflict. But what are the risks of such an approach? Could this lead to a broader regional war, drawing in other actors like Iran, Syria, or even Russia, given their interests in the Middle East? As we continue to monitor the situation, one of the key questions we must ask is whether there is still room for diplomacy, or if we are witnessing the beginning of a larger, more protracted conflict. With global concerns about regional stability at an all-time high, the actions taken in the next few days could have lasting consequences for the Middle East and beyond. Stay with us as we continue to bring you developments. Thank you for joining us. I'm Cynthia Nivyoandi, and you're watching the African News Network.